everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are gathered together for the 7 days of rest, and this is part of a larger global program that will be honoring the first 7 days of the year. And today, the theme is Seasons of Light. And my name is Lisa Levinson. I am the campaigns director with In Defense of Animals and the co-founder of the Interfaith Vegan Coalition. And I am honored to bring this program to you today on behalf of the Interfaith Vegan Coalition for the Seasons of Light theme. This is a ritual that we do every year to honor the animals during the time in the Northern Hemisphere where we have the least amount of light, and every day new light comes more and more because we are just past the winter solstice. And so during this dark time of the year, we also want to bring light to the animals. And each day, as we get closer and closer to the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, there is more light. And we want to bring that light, in addition to the light that's in our hearts, to the animals. So I want to thank the people who have joined us today. And what we'll do is we'll have an opportunity for each person to share its story or an experience that they've had with an animal or group of animals this year. And perhaps it's a group that you want to extend your concern or your blessing towards, and it's a way to honor their lives. And these animals may be alive, they may be no longer with us, but the way that we're going to be honoring them is by lighting a little candle. So if you have a candle in your area, you can do that. I have a handy little one that is doesn't involve a flame, but you can also have perhaps a little candle or a tea light. And if you're not comfortable doing that part of the ceremony, that is okay. We are here in spirit to offer our light, which actually comes from our heart, into this sacred space today. So I just want to take a moment and open this sacred circle that we have, just with a few breaths and also a little prayer. So let's take a moment. You can put your hand on your heart and take a nice deep breath, breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out. And just take a moment to imagine that there's a little flame in your heart, and that flame is your love. It is your light, and it is growing each day with more love and more light that you have for animals who are our brothers and sisters around the world. And we want to extend them our compassion. So today in our ceremony, we will be extending our compassion to animals all around the world. May compassion encircle the earth for all beings everywhere. So then gently move your hands away from your heart and open your eyes if they were closed, and we will begin our ceremony today. I think I will start, and so I'm going to light the candle. So may this candle that I'm lighting be for the animals who are suffering in and around the Gaza area, these animals who are starving, and many of them have run out of food. This candle is also lit for the Sulala Animal Sanctuary that is trying desperately to care for these animals, and also for the humanitarian efforts to get food to the animals. Also to the rescues on all areas, all sides of this conflict that are happening. We appreciate your efforts to help the animals and to rescue them. So I'd like to invite anyone else who has something they'd like to share or say for the animals today.
If it's okay. There are 3 specific animals I would like to dedicate this to: the whales, the dolphins, and the white lions of Africa. And the reason why I mentioned these specific 3 species is because, as well as the vital importance they have to the biodiversity of their natural environments, these sacred creatures also apparently have a vital role in keeping the balance, shall we say, spiritually and energetically. You might say they are more than just mere animals. So the protection of them is for the protection of all life, really. So pray for the dolphins, pray for the whales, pray for the white lions, all that are connected with them, protecting their.
Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer. Would someone like to go next?
My story, I think, or thought goes to a little bit of a different tone, which over the holiday, I was out of town staying at an Airbnb, and a bird hit the glass window, flew right into the window. And we went outside, and it was on the ground and looked dead. And everybody was like, "Oh, it's dead." And I said, "Well, not so fast. Let's, scoop it up and put it." It was cold, so let's put some warmth around it and just see what happens. And we did that, and it popped up pretty quickly. And then I was able to find the name through a number of calls of a wildlife expert who could, walk us through what needed to be done. And it was just so amazing to have someone to call and who was at the ready to help, had great instructions, and was ready to do what they needed to do. And sure enough, an hour and a half later, the bird flew away. It was just a concussion, like a brief, it needed about an hour. It should have needed to be in the warmth. It needed to have water. And we were able to do that for it. And I just felt really, really happy and good about that. That there are people out there that have the time and the wherewithal to, in a holiday week at, 10 o'clock in the morning, answer a call like that. And so that gave me a lot of gratitude and good feeling over the holidays.
Thank you so much. Such a beautiful rescue story. We really appreciate that. There are wildlife rehabilitators in many corners of the area, many corners of the globe, I was going to say, but that this is their profession and you can bring animals to them. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Who would like to share next?
I can get this flame going. Ricardo is a bull that was found on the Newark train tracks.
recently. And he was rescued by Mike Stura of Skylands Animal Sanctuary in New Jersey. And Mike is a tireless defender of farmed animals, particularly the cows who are like big puppies. And so I'm so grateful to all the rescuers out there who are working on behalf of the billions and billions of animals that are raised, or caught, and killed to feed humans every year. And I'm sending loving kindness to all the animals who've been rescued and who are healing, and all the animals who are not lucky enough to be rescued. And I'm also sending out a lot of loving kindness to my cat Rue, who I had to say goodbye to 2 months ago, who had a lot of illnesses. And it was difficult for me to say goodbye, but I did what I felt was in his best interest so he didn't suffer anymore. So today my heart goes out to all those farmed animals and my little boy.
Thank you so much. Let me touch you. Who would like to share next? Kate.
Reaching out for all the animals in cages, and all the animals who's had their homes stolen from them, through development, deforestation, and also to my girl cat who I had to put to sleep a month ago.
Good day. Would anyone else like to share?
Here, I have a little candle, and I'd love to light it in honor of all the lobsters of the world. Through the Interfaith Vegan Coalition, we've been working to help Episcopal churches to move away from lobster boil fundraisers and to more ethical and vegan-centered fundraising strategies. So I wanted to light this candle for all of the lobsters who live in the ocean, and then all of the lobsters who are less fortunate and who are stuck in grocery stores and who have been eaten. So this is for all the lobsters.
Thank you, Katie. And Joni, would you like to share? You're welcome to share if you'd like to. And we also have another person who's joined us. And to let you know, we are lighting candles for the animals who may be suffering in dark places around the world. And we're bringing our light and our love to them during this ritual today. So if you would like to share, you're welcome to. Here's my candle. So, Paige, if you would like to share, you're welcome to do that, or Joni. While they're getting ready, I'm going to offer another prayer, another candle for the Brumbies in Australia who have been brutally murdered, hundreds of them. These are wild horses that are native to the area and who have been killed with their little foals. And we know this is also happening in the United States to the wild horses and burros. So we're lighting a candle to stop these roundups. So if either Paige or Joni would like to share, or if anyone else would like to offer a candle for another animal, you're welcome to. There are so many animals around the world who may be suffering in silence behind closed doors. So I would like to also take a moment and have this candle represent all of the animals that were not mentioned during our ceremony today. There are so many, all different shapes and sizes, and we want to honor all of them and imagine that this light can grow and grow and shine all around the world, and that our collective lights together, all of us here with our hearts and minds, can join together and can envelop the world with this light and love and compassion for all beings, so that all beings can be safe and happy and free during this season of light. And we want to thank Together in Creation for the opportunity to host this event, which is a global event to take these first 7 days of the year and reflect and turn inward and set intentions for this coming year. So if there's anyone else who wants to add a candle or thought, you're welcome to do so.
I would. Thank you, Lisa. Hello, lovely beings. I would like to offer this candle and this vigil for all the animals that are tested on, as well as sacrificed for the veterinarian community for the study. My daughter is in pre-vet, and sadly, they see the animals at the college that she's at as food. So she had to witness 2 animals being slaughtered for food that they used in the study as well. It was awful. And she's vegan. So let's change those policies. It's her last 2 quarters, and I plan to bring about change for that. So for all the animals that are sacrificed for quote unquote research and, you know, for the veterinarians to wake up, not eat their patients and not study on them either. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you for sharing that moving story, a real life situation that your daughter is experiencing. So we do hope that the veterinarian community can wake up. And you know, our mighty, the vegan vet, she may be able to help you with that, with her organization. So I really like what Martina is doing, just, you know, kind of bringing our hands and bringing the light in. And we can kind of do that if you like, just to kind of bring it all together and to know that the lights are growing and that these lights are growing around the world, that the compassion that we have for the animals is ever expanding, and that together we can make a difference. Our light and our love is felt on a spiritual level by these animals, and they know that we are wanting to seek peace and to help them. And every action, every thought, every prayer, every intention that we have in this direction helps to illuminate this vision of this world where animals can live in peace and harmony with all beings. I want to just take a moment and thank each and every one of you. If you want, you can hold your candle up just to show it in solidarity with one another. And here we are, all of us together. And so just such a beautiful scene of all the candles and their flames, whether natural or not, being illuminated to help the animals. So let our prayers just continue to be part of the atmosphere in the world, so that we can bring about this level of peace and safety for all beings. So thanks to each of you for joining us today and for your compassion for those who are here with us in this circle of light, and also for those who may be joining in other ways or watching this later. We really appreciate you, and we invite you to share a prayer or a story or a wish for the animals for this time of year. So thank you to everyone for participating. We wish you a beautiful and peaceful season of light. And thanks to the 7 days of rest for this opportunity to be part of this global virtual program. Wishing many
Thanks, Lisa.
of you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you to everyone for joining in.
Thank you, Lisa.
Much love and light to everyone.
Love and light.
Bye, everyone.